Hi everyone, I'm Ben, and this is the Board Game Blueprint. This week we're going to talk about a couple of different meeple shapes that are available on the Game Crafter, as well as a few other different player pawns that you might use in one of your future designs. So let's jump on over to the table next door and see what we have in store. To start things out, we have these two sizes of thick meeples, and I really love the silhouettes of these. To kind of bring one up close, I'll bring purple up. Or, no, I'll bring yellow. It's my favorite color and also a little bit brighter to see. The shape looks like they have their hands on their hips triumphantly, and it's just really cute for them to be this way. Whether it's for a thematic reason in your game, or just because they look pretty darn neat. I know I joked with Takashi about using these for his ninja game, but they're maybe missing one color that he really wanted. So we'll see if maybe he does end up getting some and painting them himself. Again, with their confident stance, they could be used as maybe figures of authority in your game, or something like a "Don't Wake Daddy" parental figure. Now, I'm really quite fond of this lineup here, and I believe I have them in chronological order based on their publishing date from left to right. So let's kind of go on down the line. This here is what I refer to as a gorilla meeple, and I believe that's what it is listed as on the Game Crafter. It looks a little bit like Donkey Kong from the original Mario video game, arcade game. I think, was it actually called Donkey Kong? And has a really nice, imposing, wide figure. So I think that'll be really cool for any sort of maybe zoo-themed game. I played, well, a couple friends of mine played a game called Zoography at Origins and had a lot of fun. So this could be a pretty cool meeple to see in that game. Next to it is the Ghost Meeple, and originally on the Game Crafter they were calling it an arrowhead because it looks, well, a little bit like that for sure. But I think because of the coloration, a lot more people in the community voiced that it was definitely a ghost. I was part of that group, and so they went ahead and rebranded it. Whether it's for a spectral game or otherwise, the Ghost Meeple could be definitely a great piece to use in one of your designs. The bow and arrow is really cool because it's actually been custom laser cut. And this just goes again to show that you can create custom meeples with acrylic through their laser cutting service. It's got some really great detail here and very thin in some areas, so you can definitely see how fine and close the laser cutter can get for a Cupid themed game or just your standard fantasy ranger character. And here we have a Mastodon Rider. At first I thought this was from the Rise of Tribes Kickstarter game by Breaking Games, but I don't believe their mammoth has a person on top of it. So here we have this, and as you can kind of see already, the different scales of meeples, as discussed in a previous video, can be very important for conveying the scope of a game. So this would be a really big gorilla, or maybe a baby mammoth at these proportions. But if you wanted kind of a prehistoric feeling theme, this piece could definitely fit for you. These are bowling pins, as you can probably imagine why. Based on their kind of, well, pin-like shape, they're also really good for placing down as paperweights or game pieces as a whole. Really great for being used as very tactile pieces. The bases allow them to not wobble over, and, well, I'll actually probably be using them as bowling pins in a future design, upcoming, hopefully soon. They come in a variety of colors, and these ones specifically have kind of, again, that sort of composite material, it looks like, recycled a little bit, and so we have a couple extra speckles for some added visual texture. They come in a variety of colors. Unfortunately, this is all that I kind of have collected so far, but you can grab them in, well, grab bags, as well as individually on the Game Crafter. And here we have some awesome Dino Maples, all in green, but again, look at these crazy thin details that they really managed to get on here. There we go, yes. Focus on those tail spikes, those thagomizers, if you will. So we have a bunch of different species. We have Triceratops, Velociraptor, Pachycephalosaurus, Stegosaurus, Ankylosaurus, Pteranodon, Brachiosaurus or Diplodocus, not Brontosaurus, and Tyrannosaurus rex, which again, can be really great for a Dinosaur Island Jurassic Park themed game that you might be working on. I was working on something kind of like a Forbidden Desert, but with dinosaurs game that unfortunately was beaten to the punch by those other ones, so I shelved it for now. But really cool way to maybe go ahead and pit them against something else. 2 different materials for 2 different teams. I'm grasping. You get the idea. And last, but certainly not least, we have the sticker pawns. These are really nice to be handled on the game board, as you can pretty much pick up them from the giant tabs that they have available. But as we've seen with the custom stickers video previously, they are that way for a reason. And actually, they come with a sticker file available for them to paste your custom artwork onto these pieces. It can really help players jump into the game as whatever character they're playing as when you don't have a miniature budget. And again, for utility's sake, I think they work really well when taking things in at a quick glance. And again, the majority of those were kind of their standard componentry, but as we saw with the bow and arrow, you can also create your own custom ones. So I'd love to see at some point maybe a sword and a shield that players can also use to delineate themselves or identify themselves even faster on the game board. Maybe I'll have to throw that together myself. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on future content like this. As always, I'm Ben. This has been another episode of the Board Game Blueprint, and together, let's build something great. Oh, and by the way, the Game Crafter is celebrating 10 years this month. It's so crazy that they've been just continuing to grow and develop and make things better for me and you and hopefully all other designers out there. So, any order that you actually make this month of July 2019, you'll be eligible to win a gift certificate up to $99, as well as a token of appreciation for your continued support. So feel free to check them out today and keep on gaming.